Meet Asana, a work management platform.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, okay. Go. And you. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Boy. Yeah, you weren't kidding. I look red. Oh, boy. All right. Where are we at, boys? Okay. Are we back? Are we back? Yeah, we're back. All right. Okay. Good, be good, be good. All right. Can you all hear me? Hold on, let me make sure that you can hear me. Okay, yeah, you can hear me. Oh boy. Just made it in time. Hold on. There we go. There's that. There's a lot going on right now, boys and girls. There's a lot going on. And we got to talk about all of it because it's Saturday night. And what else are we going to do with our night right now? I'm all clusterfucked. I literally got home like 5 minutes ago. Then I had to defeat the sea monster first, and then change my clothes as I smell like an ashtray. Yeah, I know. See this Lawrence fight right now? Don't worry, we're gonna get into that here in a second. Hold on, I'm all 1 second. Because there are a few things. There are a few things I want to talk about too. Just not just the this Lawrence whole Lawrence thing, but it's Black History Month right now, boys and girls. Did you not know? We're in the best time of the year. Not only was it my birthday last Friday, but we also get to celebrate Black History Month. We have to celebrate our scholars and astronauts that invented peanut butter in the light bulb. I mean, without the Black History Month, how would we have ever had toilets? Didn't you know? That's what I've been told anyway. Hey, the ACLU told me if we did not have Black History Month, then it would totally be over. Well, how do we ever be able to flush our turds down the toilet? All right, there we go. This is the other thing that because this is a job buster. You guys, what's going on with Rob Kendall? Okay. That's not the only. Okay. And right.
Position.
First hour. Okay, good. Now we're good. Now we're good. Okay. First things first is Black History Month.
East side.
Hold on, this is really loud. I don't even have time to put my my gum in my mouth, or my Frosty Mint, or my Jolly Ranchers. Okay, so first things first. What's so bad about East 10th Street? Let's listen to our the great
crazy.
people.
You're based out of Indianapolis today, right?
Yes.
So you grew up in you grew up in Chicago.
Yep, born in Chicago. Moved to Indianapolis, Indiana, 10th Street on the east side. It's crazy.
You're based out of Indianapolis today, right?
Yes.
So you grew up in you grew up in Chicago.
Yep, born in Chicago. Moved to Indianapolis, Indiana, 10th Street on the east side. It's crazy.
That's literally it. That was literally it. That's unbelievable right now. Honestly, that was the first time that I ever saw it. I was like, oh, this guy is going to have a whole story of what happened to him. Turns out it was just like, it's crazy. And that's as far as he went. What are you going to do? That's what I say. Hold on 1 second. Because we got there it is. Now we're good. Okay. We got breaking news, boys and girls. We got breaking news of what's going on right now in Indianapolis. City councilors are delaying the appointment of Lena Hill as Deputy Mayor of Public Health and Safety. So anyway, we're going to read because I read this the other day and I was like, we got to talk about this. It's Black History Month. We must celebrate our kings and queens of Indianapolis. Without them, however would we do? White people were choking on their progress so much that they had to make sure that we had Black History Month, didn't you know? But very interesting comments here, especially from Southside Republican Paul N.A. Sounds like there's some unresolved questions that have been brought. Actually, you know what? I got to do the voice of Paul N.A. Hold on, can I do it? Because he has this little twang to it too. Well, it sounds like there's some unresolved questions that have been brought up, some of which I personally have not made aware of until this meeting. Probably not that great, but close enough. Krista Carlino. In fact, I don't know if you guys saw, she has a wedding ring on, but she got divorced in 2023, boys. Hey, guess what, Gooners? You might have a shot. Maybe you should take your special sock away now. Now it's time to step up to the plate. Maybe get a ring up Carlino, huh? A West Side Democrat, Krista Carlino, referenced a former city director's resignation later that blamed Hill for a negative work culture. And Carlos Perkins, Dr. Carlos Perkins, I might add, Doctor of Ministry, if you're having a heart attack, do not bring him into the area. He will not help. A Democrat who represents Northwest Indianapolis, who has had his fair shares of questionable campaign reports, asked Hill to address complaints about the office's morale. We received several complaints regarding concerns about authoritative, there goes my dyslexia, leadership, and low morale within our division under your leadership since you've been here. Hill said she was unaware of those concerns. Well, you know, if I was getting so much shit shoved down my throat from everybody else, which we're going to see from Kelly Diamond here in a second, I would probably like, I didn't hear anything. What are you talking about? All I heard is how awesome I am and then how great of a job that I'm doing. I know. All right. So what I was really wanted to focus on are the comments from Sierra Knuckles. All right. Indianapolis OPHS is absolutely corrupt. I worked under Romney Bernard Tucker, which this was this chick. If you don't know who Romney Bernard Tucker, she was basically like, oh yeah, I would totally pay for everybody's rent if I could, but I can't. It was like pure commie shit. Basically like the government should be able to supply housing for everybody. That's not the job of the government, in case you didn't know, Rami. Good thing you're gone now. But anyway, she was bitching about this. And the whole comment section on the Facebook post are kind of funny. Never ever seen the council not rubber stamp something. The mayor sends them, but it always seems to be real estate development issue that gets them sideways. You're not wrong. How can you blame an unhealthy work environment that you led for years on the person that's coming in to make positive change? Are you mad that she's fixing what you couldn't? And it looks like someone commented, but you can't get it. The comments are kind of funny. It was basically a coping for this chick. And from what I understand, this chick is a psychopath that reams everybody. Hey, you know what? Last time I heard, it was okay for Victoria Sparks to... it wasn't okay for Victoria Sparks to yell at her employees, but now it's okay for Lena Hill to bitch out her employees. Go figure. Rules for thee, but not for me. But happy Black History Month. All right. And this is... Actually, no, there's some more stuff here. Oh yeah. All right, Black Indie Live. All right, listen, everybody knows, including Jesse Brown, by the way, if you're watching right now, you ketamine cowboy, that I have my finger on the pulse of the Black community of Indianapolis. I am one of them. They look at me as trustworthy. They look at me as one of them. They look at me as, hey, brother Whitty, why don't you come over here and have ourselves some food and whatnot. So when they sent me this and they said, what do you think of this? Tell me what I should be thinking of this whole Lawrence thing. All right. So if those who don't know, there was some guy that was getting his ass beat, some black fellow in Lawrence in front of a Walmart in Lawrence, got his ass beat by 2 IMPD officers. And this was the body cam footage that got released from it. So let's watch it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Turn around.
I asked him, no, I ain't turning around.
Turn around.
I'm not turning around.
You gonna turn around?
Fuck the officer, bro.
Putting up quite the fight, boys. Look, I mean, this was pretty good. Honestly, he had a nice judo throw. I'm not going to be Joe Rogan because I'm not an MMA expert, but I will say that was a pretty good hip toss / judo throw to the IMPD officer. It was good that IMPD officer shifted his hips. Now he's got semi-back control on our Lawrence native over here.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. Call resistance. Hands behind your back.
And he's punching him in the side of the ribs. By the way, this is code. Ah. Not
Put
good.
your hands behind your back.
Not good.
Put your hands behind your back.
Looks
Hands
very
behind your
uncomfortable,
back.
by the way.
Hands behind your back.
All I'm hearing is that the guy is not complying to officers' commands, which who could blame him? He's got his face into the gravel right now. Who knows how many people have took a dump or pissed on the side of that road? He might have his nose in urine right now. I would be really second guessing all my actions right now.
Hands behind your back.
Still not
Put it behind your
complying.
back.
Still not complying.
Put it behind your back.
And right now, is he in turtle position right now? Yep. Okay, so the black guy, William Armstrong, is in turtle position right now. This is usually a good counter if someone's got your back. You cover up. You don't want to get choked out. Officer has his leg, so he can't put his right knee all the way up to his chest. That would be perfect turtle position right now. This is coming from a not an expert in jiu-jitsu, but a guy who has taken jiu-jitsu classes.
I'm gonna light your up.
And now he is complying.
Fuck off.
I don't want to see this. I'm a minor. I don't want to see this. That's all I'm saying. He was just taking me up here.
Later, lady, he also. Yeah. Nothing. He turn around. I asked him, no, I ain't turning around. Turn around. I'm not turning around. You gonna turn around?
All right, so the officers asked him to turn around. He did not turn around, and then hold on, I want to watch this again. I want to get his hip toss from William. Yeah, from Bill Armstrong. Look at this. Look at this. He's got him in a headlock right now. Look, he's in perfect position. Look at this. And he gets it. Boom, headlock. Oh man, see, IMPD has to learn how to get into the clinch and defend that hip toss. All the boys at IMPD right now is making fun of that cop. That he just got taken down by Bill Armstrong, by Billy A. Not good. Not a good look, honestly. What happens when you don't put your guard up, but what are you going to do? All right, so February 22nd, when is that? Today or tomorrow? Tonight. Should we go there right now? Is that tonight? We got the R&B Love Fest. What time is this at? 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.? Oh, we missed it. Gee. That sucks. That guy's not even black. That guy's white. Who's John B? The King Ribs Barbecue Fit for a King presents R&B Love Fest. I should have went. I can't believe that it's at midnight. Hey, it's at midnight right now, boys. Should I go over there and do a live review of the ribs? All right. Also, all right, this is my favorite right here. I saw this from 5 days ago, and I knew I had to put this into the docket. Is it finally happening? Indiana Republican and Democrat lawmakers come together introducing a bill to legalize marijuana. And by the way, that's a hard no for me. That means I'll get my $1,000 in court fee back for my possession charge. Sorry, officialese bans. That's not happening. The comments are joking. Oh, he's joking. Okay. Very funny. Eli Lilly must have found a way to corner the market. On point. Nope. Who introduced this bill? Van Natter. Did he really? Nuh-uh. Did Van Natter really introduce this bill? No fucking way. If Van Natter introduced this bill, he is out. He is not getting invited to the coffee joint anymore. I don't think he did he? Keith Van Natter? Did he really? Decriminalization. All right. You just dropped a tier, Van Natter. You're off the good list right now. No mas. Not happening anymore. Where is it? There it is. That's gross. Well, it's also... Hold on. Who else was on? There was other people that had the Mary Jane, the Mary Joanna. Medical marijuana from Jim Lucas, from Greg Taylor. Marijuana advertising from Wesco. Well said. Medical cannabis from Mike Young. That drops him a point. I'm going to do a tier list, honestly, for the Republicans that I think I can trust. Rand has entered the chat. Hey, remember, everybody. Where is it? Arian Franco? We're gonna talk. Remember to give Arian Franco a follow, all right? I don't understand why nobody's following this guy. This guy has epic posts and he has epic AI stuff too, especially about Jesse Brown. If you're not following him, what are we even doing? All right, so why would it cause a problem? We already smoke weed. The only problem is the law. All right, Dwill. Who are you, Dwill? What do you have? Nothing? Go figure. We have bigger problems, but I'm listening. And we smoking rather than legalize it or not. Fuck what they talking about. Right? Legalize this shit and put the money back into fixing the damn potholes. This is the funniest part about all these weed advocates on the left and the right. They keep saying, oh, we'll have all this money. Okay, then why is Chicago in a deficit? Why is California in a deficit? Why is Illinois in a deficit? Why is New York in a deficit? All these places that have weed legalized, all those states have a deficit. All their roads are still shit. They don't have enough money for everything, but somehow it's like, oh, we'll have the money to bring back into the state. Listen, I would be okay with bringing in parts of Illinois than legalizing weed, only because now you have to have a commission. Now you have to have money to fund them. And it has been proven time and time again that even with weed legalized, even with all that money coming in, the roads are still shit. Go to, I mean, maybe not California, but they also don't get the winters that we get. Go to Illinois, go to Michigan. The roads are still shit. It's because you have all these bureaucrats that want to figure out how to spend the money. Because the same thing with gambling. Liz Brown brought it up. Other people have brought it up. Because when you legalize a vice, whether it's weed, whether it's alcohol, you automatically have to have some kind of mental health program to make sure that you say, hey, if you're having a problem with gambling, with boozing, just call this number. Well, we all know what happens to all these addicts. They don't know that they're addicted to whatever it is. Yeah, his pot. That's right. All the potholes are filled up with pot. Good call. Yeah, look, yes, funding fixing these potholes. Just let me fix my own potholes. How's that sound? I'll go get a bag of cold mix, and then I'll go fix the fucking holes myself. But no, you guys don't even want to go that far. Yeah, I love this. 317, baby. Hell yeah. Dem MFer potholes are dangerous. What is, oh, crying. They built a new highway before they fixed the roads and think filling them, by the way, it's not IN, it's just a word, it's just the letter N. Think filling them in, gone, do some like snow in trucks and race drivers not gone, fuck it up. They be cool for a week. Well, listen here, a 317, baby. You're wrong. But happy Black History Month. I can't wait for Abu to fucking clip all this in Democrats. I'm glad I'm never running for office again, because I can get away with all this shit. And don't worry, we're going to talk about Abu here in a second. Our toad friend. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Also, make sure you go to R&B Love Fest, all right? Tonight at midnight. It looks like a good time. They have ribs and barbecue. It says right there, King's Rib and Barbecue. Fit for a King present. See that, right? See that? Yeah, you can see. Okay, perfect. All right. All right. Maybe if Drew is still in the chat or not. Drew, if you're still in the chat, please let me know, because I have a question to ask you. I don't understand this whole Rob Kendall thing going after Scott Baldwin. Like, I get it, but it's also not, it's not organic. Listen, I don't have a problem going after Scott Baldwin and all these people, but what the fuck? That can't be possible. Holy shit, they deleted it? No way they deleted it. Did they really? Who's Your Hope deleted it? Hey, they follow Indie Reporter based. Let's go. Wow, they deleted. That's unbelievable. Oh, so Who's Your Hope, if you don't know, is okay, cool. We can. Do you want to? Hey, Drew, do you want to do Smash or Pass for legislators? We could totally do that. Actually, no. You know, we're gonna do a different rule. We're not gonna do Smash or Pass. We're gonna say how many beers does it take, or even whiskey with a little bit of margarita, that it would take to smash. Like, will it take a keg, or will it take some nice sparkling water? Let me know, because we could totally do that. We could do Democrats and Republicans. we can really fuel Abu's rage because he pretended to be the Hulk yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. I don't know if it was on Facebook or Twitter. He was like, don't go after my law license. Yeah. You see this? It's one thing to come after me. It's another thing to come after my law license. You have no idea what you've done. Listen, Abu, we know exactly what people are doing. And if I smoke crack would turn me gay. It might, honestly. It might turn you gay. It might make you so empathetic that you see... Actually, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. There we go. So this is what Abu thinks he is, and this is what he really is. Sorry, Abu the Toad. You're just a little squishy doll. That's all. You're not threatening anybody. You're just a little bitch. That's all Abu is. Where's the tab? Oh, okay. Enough of that. Destiny Wells could turn me gay. Yeah, you know what? When you look at those eyes, that is like the biggest indicator if they're a psychopath or not. That is no doubt. And I think Destiny Wells would turn me gay. Yeah, I think so. Can't believe Van Nat. You know, I'm gonna have a whole tier list on people that I can trust and not trust. Just Republicans, by the way, because I can't trust any Democrats. And Van Natter, I thought was in like the upper tier. Turns out he's not. All right. Also, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. All right. This might okay, boys.
Our faith direct.
All right. When we do the first smash or pass. Pass through one over here, with the furry ears. Prospertarian Pastrix with an X. Jen Strickland explains that country needs more regulations on guns, less regulation on abortions, and more politicians who take Jan 6.
But sometimes our faith directly intersects with challenging ideas and contentious topics and distressing events that are happening in our world. And we would not be doing our job if we did not talk about those with you here in this sacred space. Some, myself included, would say that we need more regulations on guns.
All right, first off, smash or pass. That's all I want to know, because she has that like Maggie Gyllenhaal vibe where she's like kind of greasy. And then she has like, she's skinny, but somehow she has a double chin. Doesn't make any sense, really. Oh, let me look up Maggie Gyllenhaal. For those who don't know. Is it from like dark? Why is my internet not working? So I put in Maggie Gyllenhaal and all of a sudden, like, it's not good. Smash from Drew. Okay. Hey, Rand, what do you think? Smash or pass, boys? All right, yeah, there we go. Boom, right there. Okay, so she doesn't have a double chin. Okay, there we go. Where you at, Abu? This one? Nope, we're going to talk about that one. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so we have that one. Smash or pass, boys?
A lot of chaos, too many shootings, too much gun violence. So I believe we need our politics to tighten up here and create a sturdier framework to help us thrive again as a society. Some, myself included, would say that we need less regulation on our bodies.
I'm so red.
I believe women should be able to make their own decisions about their fertility and their health care. And gay and trans people should be able to do whatever they want, with whomever they want, whenever they want to.
Yeah.
And that is none of our business.
So basically, she's saying I should allow any guy from the bar to come inside of me, and if I get pregnant, then I should be able to kill the baby. That's what she's saying. Pastor one with the furry ears. All right, all right, and not to mention they have some sign language, broad. Hey, can you see her? Oh, wait a minute, you can't see me. Hold on. Boop. All right. So smash or pass on the sign language, broad. Brad's in the house. Hey, Brad, I want to know, how's the Rob Kendall beef going on right now? Okay, smash if she wears the... Okay, so what if she's wearing a furry tail? That's what I want to know. If she's wearing a tail, will you smash? All right, we got to bring her back down to... There we go. Oh, crap. Hold on. Boop. All right. All right, so smash on the furry chick, Pastor 1. Smash on the sign language chick or not? Oh, pass on the sign language kid. Okay, hey, I don't blame you. All right, so she kind of looks like Maggie Gyllenhaal right now. Right? Right there. And did I do it again? Oh, there it is. All right, so Maggie Gyllenhaal right there. Kinda, right? Kinda, right? Just saying. Yeah, that's Maggie Gyllenhaal. Oh, gotta say, it is. Where's the tail test? To her. Well. Hey, Brad, help me out with this one. Tell me about the furry tails, Brad. Because sometimes I believe it's stuck on, and then somewhere it's stuck in. Oh, my 15 seconds behind. This is so annoying. Whatever. Old Maggie Gyllenhaal. Yeah. Do you remember the movie where she was getting spanked by her boss? I imagine that's what Thomas Cook allegedly was doing, by the way. Oh, fine. I found something out that was kind of funny, too. Apparently, allegedly, can't sue me because I'm saying allegedly, Thomas Cook is shacking up with some broad in Fishers who works for some investment company. And she used to work for the Hogshead administration. Oh, good call, D2 Indy. Satan manifests himself as a pig-faced creature, just saying. That's true. Well, the old oinker is what they say. The... Oh, very interesting. There's something about the oinker nose. It's like flipped up. Anyway. Still smash, though? Oh, is that what it was? Todd Young? Well, yeah, we all have issues with Todd Young, by the way. I have issues with Todd Young. I even have problems with the Todd Young people in the Indianapolis government, who I believe are Todd Young people. You know, though, it says Brad, our friend Brad, our special press Brad. Is he led by his peen week? Yeah. Yeah, listen, they're a bunch of gooners that just want to come. That's all. That's the problem with all these boomers, too. They just want to punch themselves in the pee-pee whenever they see a little tasty in front of them. All right, but since Brad is in the chat, Brad, I would love to get your opinion on this. Who actually benefits from DEI? And according to Indie Recorder, in short, everyone. Or that is how it's supposed to work. And it's not just for people of color or members of the alphabet community. DEI ensures everyone has a right to live, work, or go to school and play in diverse, equitable spaces where they feel included. However, statistically, the demographic who benefited the most from DEI in terms of education and corporate advancement, hired in positions of administration and executive leadership and involvement on boards, was white women. What? Well, that might be true. The lady, it was from this one. Presbyterian Pastrix with an X, PCUSA, Jen Strickland. Hey, is Jen Strickland wifey material, Brad? That's what I want to know. Help me out here. Help a brother out. Oh, yeah, Jen Strickland right here. Are there more pictures of her? I do latest. Oh, hell. There we go. Oh, that's the same one. What the fuck? Okay. Okay, well, that didn't help out. Hold on. Let me look it up over here. Oh, let me look up Jen Strickland. Yeah, I think the librarians. Pastors, not pastor. Ugh, what the fuck? Embracing our brokenness. Is this the same broad? No fucking way. Hold on.
Our faith directly intersects with challenging ideas.
Hold on, is that the same chick? Holy shit, it is. Embracing the Reverend Jen Strickland from the Paradox Church. Very interesting. The bangs really give it away, honestly. The legacy of note. Hoi. Hoi, hoi. You ever seen that Seinfeld episode where Jerry's like dating this chick and like when she's put into the light, she kind of looks like that? Oh, that's so good. Paradox Church. All right. Is there a lot of these? Oh, there it is. Almost, yeah, almost 900 subscribers, huh? Hold on.
A really grim way to walk around Disneyland, but I couldn't help it. I'm thinking about
She
this.
married? Yep. She has a ring on the left hand, boy. Sorry, you're gonna have to go into your you're gonna have to go into your special sock tonight, boys. She's hooked up.
Sermon and this topic.
But allegedly Carlino is
Disney,
too.
All the queens. Think about it. They're either
This is giving off heavy, heavy Destiny Well vibes right now. Hey, Brad, I want to know, would you smash Destiny Wells? Yeah, she'll definitely bite it off a special power while making eye contact with you, for sure. Without a doubt. She's a chomper.
deceased, or they're evil queens, right? They're abusive. They feed poisoned apples. They do all these crazy things.
This is a
It's just
Lilith.
sitting there.
I think we have a special power. Is this a Lilith right now? That's what I want to know. This like she would trick somebody into eating the apple, right? Is that the vibe that you're getting? Is that's the vibe I'm getting? I mean, she'll definitely, she's like the goth baddie. Brad, help me out on this one. She's got the furry cuffs. Oh, you can't even see it. She's got the furry cuffs on there too. Oh, this might be up Brad's alley. Brad, I think we got one for you, boys. Or buddy. I think we got one. We should get this lady on mouthwash. Hold on. Is she single? I'm playing matchmaker right now, live on the show, on the Whitty Review show. I'm playing matchmaker for Brad. Yeah, you don't know. This is totally Brad's type. Okay. Where's Brad in the chat? That's what I want to know. Is he having himself a Budweiser? That's what I want to know. Hold on.
Silently beside him, watching this happen. So it actually takes the urging of
Moed would for sure be into it. Dude, this chick would tie up Moed, like strap him against a she would tie him against a tree. No spittle, by the way, and just do whatever the fuck that she wanted to Moed, and he'll just have a smile on his face the whole time. Guaranteed. Sydney Leathers will be playing like tag team. They're like, tag, you're it. And then go right in there. Maybe a little spittle, slide right up into there with some corn on the cob. Without a doubt. He'll have Moed Acres right up his bunghole. Oh, shit. Hell yeah, Brad. All right, so who is that? Pam Bondi? Pam Bondage? Is that who that is right now? Or is that the same chick? No, that's not. What the fuck is her name? This chick? You know this chick's like 59 years old, by the way? Yeah, she's 59. That's crazy. I mean, this chick is on the adrenochrome, without a doubt. What's her name, Brad? Yeah, she would get pegged. Yeah, fucking total pegging. What's her name? Dude, that's the AG. I know. Okay, there, Caroline Levitt. Okay, so is this the lady that got married to the 52-year-old and then had a kid with him? Is that the same chick? Yeah, 32 years her senior. How crazy is that? Okay, for we all get the picture here. When she was born, this guy was already legal to drink for 11 years. How crazy is that? This chick has some problems for sure. She's only 27 and she married some like 52-year-old and had a kid with him. Fucking bananas. Yeah, the truffle. Yeah, good for him, honestly. I think he's loaded, right? Nicolas Riquicoyo. Hey, Riquicoyo. Hey, Riquicoyo. This guy just oozes fucking slime ball, by the way. Is he not? Is this like Mickey Rourke? Which one? The Caroline Levitt special power? Caroline Levitt's a pass? You know, I'm borderline on the same page with him. There's something about her. Other than she's like a... I don't know. She's definitely... You know what I think happened? Has to be loaded. 100% has to be loaded. I think she was looking for a sugar daddy, and then she trapped him. Here's the problem with all these conservative women. They're not really that conservative. It's like the worst thing ever. Like all the conservative ink people, all the conservative ink women, they're really not that conservative. And from what I always hear from like the Charlie Kirk people, what is that? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. The Who's Hope thing. Okay. All these conservative ink people, I don't trust them. Is Trump going to dismantle postal servers? I hope so. I hope he dismantles everything. I know Lucy Bretton is having the time of her life with the idea of it. All right, so before we get into the ethic disclosure forms, I did a video the other day. All right, we got to get Psychopath on it. All right, I'm going to give you one last chance for everybody, for all you gooners out there. Jen Strickland, you can put a, no, it's Turning Point, the Turning Point people. Yeah. Well, you know what? When I had to go and put out D2 Indy, you know, when I had to do mailers, and this is like one of my biggest beefs with HRCC, is that I couldn't even get an email back because I spent like, how much was it? Like $2 or $3 grand just on postage for mailers. Fucking bullshit. So you know what? If the USPS does get defunded, fuck them. That's what I say. Fuck them. All right, last chance, boys. Jen Strickland, make a picture of it. Here, you can have a picture of for her. You know, make sure you have a really good like laser printer, and then you can put it on your rubber doll while it's looking up, and then shoot ropes. I don't give a fuck. Go for it. All right, so I did a video the other day about the Indianapolis Community Affairs Committee about this lady, Kelly Diamond. By the way, smash or pass on that one. That's a hard pass for me. No, thank you. She was going to be the director of ICS, Indianapolis Animal Control. Her delivery, it's so cute. Yeah, you know. I got a week left, Brad. I can't say anything yet. Okay, do you know how much struggling I'm doing right now that I can't say what I want? Like, not even just like the worst things ever, but I can't talk shit about certain Republicans right now. It's so annoying. And I'm talking about like heavy establishment people that'll probably get me black bagged. Anyway. Yeah, so there was I'm going to give you a little catch up right now. Kelly Diamond was going to be the director of IACS, Indianapolis Animal Control Services. And when she was supposed to get appointed by the full council last month, a bunch of people came in there and they were going to do public testimony of how much they did not like her. So they pulled it back to go back into committee. And then they had this committee meeting. Look at that. Look how, okay, hold on. Look how red I am now, okay? And then look how pale. I look like a Mexican Jack Skellington right now. Check this out. Okay, see how red I am right now? And bloop, look how pale I look. It looks like I just saw Jenna Strickland. All right, okay, see like Mexican Jack Skellington right now with a sweet beard. And then look how I am now. Okay, see? Listen, I'm going back to my roots right now. I'm bringing out that 20% in Mexican. I'm getting ready to be dressed up for Organization Day. on March 1st, 8 o'clock a.m. I can't wait. I can't wait. And listen, I will get fair warning for everybody out there that's listening, everybody that knows me. I understand that I am like a poison pill in the GOP, so I will not take it personally if none of you want to come up and talk to me. I will not take it personally. But anyway, so I did this video and I talked about Kelly Diamond. And if you guys are keeping up with the Whitty Review channel, I brought this up when she was approved by this committee 2 months ago of how Kelly Diamond said she would be reducing the restrictions on people that can adopt a dog. And I said, that's fucked up, because are we wanting more Zach Thompsons? If you guys forgot who Zach Thompson is, he's the psychopath that adopted a pit bull, and then the pit bull wouldn't stop barking, and so he hanged him from the rafters and stabbed him to death. And so when I see people like Jake Teshka and some of these other assholes that wanted to repeal the death penalty, I point at this and ask them, which, by the way, I never got an email back from Jake Teshka. Shocker, right? Fucking Republicans never want to get back to me. The majority never want to get back to me. I have a better chance of getting email back from Andrea Hunley or JD Ford. Definitely not Moed, because I've tried. But you know what? He's probably off getting his butthole enlarged by Sydney Leathers in the closet or the bathroom of the State House. So when I had a problem with, this is why I had a problem with the people that wanted to repeal the death penalty. Yeah, Bob Morris, Chris Judy, Teshka, and Mark Jenda. I hope they all get fucking primaried next year, because these assholes need to be kicked out. They need to get voted out. Not kicked out, but definitely voted out. And I asked that, I wanted to know, where's the line? What the fuck? Did I lose this thing? Okay, whatever. I was like, can you actually rehab these people? That's what I wanted to know. Because what's the point? Oh, there it is. What is, like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna put them in a prison that's funded by taxpayers, and then you're just gonna let them sit there? The fortunate part is that this guy murdered somebody, and now almost 30. He got sentenced to 27 years, and he got like just over a year and a half or 2 years of jail credit, which I'm sure they'll reduce it back down to 15 for good behavior. But this is my whole point, and this is the problem that I have with libertarians too. Is like, all these assholes like Teshka or Judy or Bobby Morris are just like, well, I'm a man of faith, and I believe in pro-life. Well, if you are an advocate for pro-life, then you are an advocate for protecting life. And these kind of motherfuckers should be totally given helicopter rides. Put them into Crystal, deport them over to the Congo, since that's the rape capital of the world anyway, and let the Congolese have their way with their boosies. I don't give a shit. Fuck them. They shouldn't even be on our tax dollars. I'm okay with spending a couple of grand on deporting these assholes to another country. Or how about this? How about someone have a bill out there that says, instead of execution by the injection, how about we have execution by firing squad? I would be okay with that. How about public hanging? Tell you what, I will sign up to flip the switch on that shit. We got plenty of fentanyl in the streets, folks. I'm okay with that, giving them a rock and then having them say bye-bye to the world. But that was like my biggest problem with this whole thing. So anyway, Kelly Diamond basically had an hour and a half, an hour 45 minutes of a giant bitch fest. I didn't have this in the video because there's no way I'm going to do 3 hours of watching this shit. You guys are crazy. Plenty of free fentanyl out there in the streets, folks. This is actually what I said about the bums. You want to take care of the bum problem? Just give them each $100. They're going to go buy a bunch of drugs, and they'll take care of themselves. All you have to do is worry about the dead bodies, and we just can cremate them, making them into a fertilizer. Boom. Now we got our urban gardens again. Easy peasy. Listen, just make me mayor of Indianapolis. Just make me King Whitty of Marion County. I will take care of all this shit in the blink of an eye. And don't you worry. None of you guys have to cross that threshold of what's right versus wrong, because I already know the difference, and I'm okay with executing all those plans that I have, because I'm awesome, by the way. So, anyway, what I was saying was, so Kelly Diamond, she got approved, but there was no vote during this committee. So they'll have another committee meeting next month, and then they will decide if Kelly Diamond is. I kind of see, if you looked at her LinkedIn, she has a lot of experience with animals with the rescue group. I think she worked for Indy Humane right there. She was owner operator for the Love of Pets. And during her public testimony, before she got bitched at for people for an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, she was talking. I was like, oh, I never knew what to expect from this position. Whatever did I do? Oh my God, nobody knew what I was going to be doing. Well, this lady was administrator of policy and planning for ICS in July of 2023, and she didn't even become director until like late last year, I think. So I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. And the idea that you don't know how to run a department is like, I didn't know how bad this department was. You were already in it in July of 2023. It's just crazy. And it just pisses me off. And you know what? This isn't like I said about the Lena Hill thing. There are people, directors that are leaving for greener pastures. And we all know that a lot of these people that come into these positions, it is a stepping stone. We could look at Lauren Rodriguez. Hey, I can say that. I'm 20% Hispanic. And she went to some nonprofit where she's making like $200 large a year now at a nonprofit, which just tells you more about the nonprofit than anything. Or even like, what is the Remy Bernard, where she said, we need the government needs to house everybody, which that's just a lunatic take. But all these people that were in, we're going to talk about this in a second. All these people that are in these powerful positions, all these director positions that were saying like, oh, you're going to run the show right now where you have some drunk ass in Joe Hogsett, which I don't even think that he's running the show. I think he's totally checked out right now, and the people under him, like Dan Parker, are actually running the show. Because as far as I know, the Democrats wanted a 14% reduction in the budget, but then Dan Parker came in and said, hey, you know what? We're going to actually have this credit rating place come in there and find out. It's like, well, if we had a reduction in our budget, would our credit rating get fucked up? And then whatever he said to get that convinced, that's apparently what happened. And so Jesse Brown, when he was talking about Dan Parker, that's what he was talking about. And, you know, it just didn't help. Dan Parker is probably one thing. And then the on top of it was the charter school thing, which, you know, he's not wrong, by the way, but there are also bigger fish to fry. If you're going to go against the party, at least try and get some pothole fixed in your fucking district there, pal. Instead, you're just fucking crying about a bunch of mountain people, a bunch of goat fuckers that throw gay people off the roofs, and then they go and stone their own women if they look at a man the wrong way, and they don't even allow them to drive. And those are the people that Jesse Brown is all a part of. It's fucking bananas, to be honest with you. But you know what? Jesse Brown is also the ketamine cowboy. His brain's all fucked up, and it really just runs in the family. So whatever. He's also a giant fucking pussy bitch. And when I confronted him about the lies that he was making about me, he folded like a wet towel, and he was just like, I believe it, therefore it's true. Don't you see it? I believe it, therefore it's true. But you know what? That's what communists do anyway. They know that they're lying, but they don't care because they don't have a moral compass. Just like him said that he was a Christian, even though he supports the Satanic Temple, even though he said that he's a police abolitionist, but he called the cops and a black kid, which is so funny of how much he cares about the black community, and those are the people that kicked him out of the caucus. I love it. That's all I'm going to say. I love it. So anyway, going on this giant tangent, like I normally do on a Saturday night at 9:19 p.m. So Abu had this thing to... Actually, let's talk about this crazy broad. A nurse at Rhineland Memorial Hospital in Crystal Lake has been suspended. All right, boys, smash your pass. That's all I want to know. All right. Just let me know. If the lights... This looks like a woman, too, by the way. Look at the nails right there. So this woman, this nurse, was dry humping this person where the lights are on, but nobody's home. And she even said... what was her name? Dillard? Ashley Dillard, who's now deleted Instagram posts, featured her striking, playful poses next to unresponsive patients. One photo, she placed sunglasses on her patient with the caption, "Weekend vibes, even if you're not feeling it. Slay queen." And so she maintains that she meant no harm and hopes to return to work. Honestly, the post got over 400 likes. I would do it again in a heartbeat. This is where I don't know if it's a real butt or not. It might be. Oh, that's definitely that looks like it's photoshopped face. That's for sure. Hey, Gooners. Yeah, Drew. Drew, we already know. Yeah, Drew, we already know. Hey, what is a pass for you, by the way? That's what I want to know. Hold on. Hold on. We got some. Let's do legislation. All right. Hold on. Let me see if I could find somebody. All right. Is Vanetta Becker? Is that a yeah. Is Vanetta Becker a pass for you, Drew? That's what I want to know. I think Liz Brown's based, by the way. There's something about old based women that's really cool. Hold on. I know, Drew. I know who you're up for. Pat Boy. That's a smash for you, Pat. As Drew. I knew it. All right. So yeah, it is pretty disgusting. She should, if she does have a license, it should be taken away right away. But that's a Crystal Lake, Illinois, I think. So there's a good chance that what do you want? Van Natter? You want to blow up the pic? All right, give me a second. I'll blow it up for you. You can have it printed out and everything. This has got to be an old picture. There's no way. This, no. There's all right. I'm kind of afraid that you're gonna do a smash on this picture. To be honest with you, there's no way this picture is 2024 or even 2025. There's an adult thing. Yeah. It's like Fabio, but on the moon. I knew it. I knew Drew's gonna. Oh, really? Really? Wow. Okay. Hey, Drew does have a line. That's perfect. I'm happy to hear that. That makes me very happy, Drew. Anyway, did you know Californians can now print their own ballot? This was back in 2021. Is it? Yeah, 1996 picture. Okay, so would you smash back in the mid-90s? That's what I want to know. Okay, so back to business, as they would say. Sarah Palin. Oh, okay, yeah. Listen. I know that's a smash for you, Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin. Who did it better, Tina Fey or Sarah Palin? Yeah, we gotta do a side by side. No, fuck that back. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I mean that's pretty spot on. Christy Nome, yeah, that's a hard no for me. Her face is all fucked up from all the injections. It's a hard no for Tulsi too. Only because she takes away my guns. That's an automatic pass. All right, so do you know Californians can now print their own ballot? So here's the link for it. There are a bunch of people out. Yeah, true. Smash both. At the same time, right, boys? Let's see. How to request a remote accessible vote by mail allows the voters to mark their selection using their own compatible technology to vote independently and privately in the comfort of their own home. Use the RAVBIM system. A voter must download the app, mark their selection, print the selection, sign the envelope, return the printed and signed selection. I'm sure there will be no fraud with that. Actually, it does get me thinking, though. RAVBIM. That's still going on. Oh, Smartmatic. Smartmatic. Aren't we using Smartmatic? Oh, here we go. Omni ballot. Okay, so Sacramento County. Yeah, but they might have changed it. Oh, here. This is 2024. I'm sure we did. I did this and after I was sent back to the election time. I never showed up for the second time. I barely made the deadline to do RAVBIN. I'm in Boston, but my vote arrived in time to California. It was counted. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so they are doing it. That's crazy. Yeah, that is so much fraud. That's crazy. This is so funny that Brad, let me get your opinion on this. If you're still in the chat, I want your opinion. I think they're all gone now, Drew. The Dolly Parton thing. Do you know about the Dolly Parton thing, Brad? That's all I want to know. Because I'll show you how this whole thing started. I'm not exactly sure who even found out about this thing. Damn this. I think all the fires are gone. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of wild. Didn't know that that was actually a thing. Where is it? Okay, so the DEI thing, obviously, we already know about it. It's affirmative action. It's dumb. Get rid of it. Meritocracy, W. And I also execute Zach Tempson. I'll do it for you if you won't. I volunteer for tribute. All right, what about Drew, since you're still on it? Hold on, there is where's Bauer at? Where's this greasy bitch at? All right, here we go. I got one for you, Drew. I got one for you. Jeez, that's a big old picture. All right, Drew. This is Maureen Bauer. She is a Democrat. Also, I found out that she still lives with her parents, which is kind of crazy, to be honest with you. Maybe just her dad. I think her dad was a state rep, and then she took his place. So let me know in the comments. Smash your pass for Maureen Bauer. That's a pass for me. Actually, I'll show you one. Kendall was talking about people that were good looking. And I thought, okay, I'm wrong. I saw this lady in person. She does not look like her photo. Okay, I was wrong. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Okay, so get rid of that. We'll get rid of this. All right, I want to talk about the SMR thing real quick. All right, so
Indiana.
All right, so a lot of talk about the nuclear stuff. Okay, nice. So the SMR stuff I brought up before. I want to do Enrique Suarez, whatever his name is. He's a journalist on the west side for Marion, Indy. Did a good breakdown of this whole SMR. Let's just give it a listen. I want to give you my whole take on this thing.
Indy. Indiana lawmakers are supporting bills that would let utility companies charge you for the cost of building small modular nuclear reactors. Here's why you should care. Indiana doesn't have any nuclear power plants, but that could soon change. Indiana lawmakers are trying to make it easier for electric companies to build small modular nuclear reactors, but doing so could make your electric bills increase due to the high cost of construction. There's demand here, though, because small modular reactors can be placed at sites already owned by power companies, like the state's many retired coal-powered plants. While they are significantly better for air quality than fossil fuels, they produce radioactive waste that would be stored underground near the plants, and they'll cost billions of dollars to build. State lawmakers are backing bills that would let utilities charge customers for the price of planning and building the new reactors. Indiana Senate Bill 424 would allow utilities to pass on the pre-construction and development costs to customers with approval of the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission. Senate Bill 423 would allow the IURC to approve 2 pilot projects that would allow utilities or other investors to recoup project costs.
Okay, that's the most important part. And I think it was Ed Delaney or Matt Pierce. I put the video up on Indie Reporter not long ago, and they were pointing it out, is that they can recoup their money. These companies can recoup their money even if they don't put out an SMR, the small modular reactor. And that's where I have the problem with. Like, for any of us or anybody else, if we were to do a project, like, it's on our back, we're going to be the one funding it, any regular person. But for some reason, we're going to have an unproven technology. By the way, none of these SMRs are actually mass produced right now. Yeah, well, we kind of all know. I don't think there's any TIF financing involved. It's just that people like. Okay, so I'll give you a quick breakdown. So NewScale is the only one that's like the company that's the most up to date, who has the better chance out of everybody, but it's still not produced yet. The only two countries that actually have a functioning SMR, as far as I know, is China and Russia. But China still builds a bunch of coal plants. And these SMRs, I think there was one in Iowa or Idaho, and they were building one, and then they had to scrap the project because it was the amount of money that it was actually going to cost. They started on it, and then like the money, it just kept costing more and more money, and they weren't enough subscribers to it. Basically, they didn't have enough people that were going to sign up to get the energy from it. So, and what I have a problem with these bills is that they're going to be able to get their money back without even having one on the ground, without even having a functioning one, which should not be on the taxpayers, by the way.
House Bill 1007 would let companies recoup 80% of the cost of building a reactor and let the companies charge customers for the other 20% later. Lawmakers like Senate Utility Chairman Eric Cook say they are important to incentivize reactor construction. But critics of the cost recovery bills like Representative Matt Pierce said they could stick customers with costs even if their utilities never build a reactor.
Yep, okay, it was Matt Pierce.
AES Indiana, which supplies power to Indianapolis, is now looking at small modular nuclear reactors as a potential source for energy generation.
Okay, so first off, I do not have a problem with big nuclear, but the issue is right now is that we don't, even if we were to start today, it wouldn't be around for another 7 to 10 years. Even if we were to start putting boots on the ground right now, it would not be ready for until 7 to 10 years.
Its Eagle Valley Generating Station in Martinsville is one of 7 former coal plant sites in the state found to be suitable for a reactor installation. But there's one important caveat. There hasn't been a successful small modular nuclear reactor built in the U.S. yet. That means people could be paying for energy they'll never receive. In 2023, a pilot project in Idaho was canceled after 8 years of planning due to lack of companies that signed onto the project and projected cost overruns. The construction price more than doubled to $9.2 billion in just 3 years, and the energy produced there was estimated to cost about $89 per kilowatt hour, or about 700 times the AES Indiana residential rate right now. More than 200.
Oh, it's going to cost more for the ratepayer, us. And this is where I have the problem with it, boys. Like, if we're going to have something new, then making sure that it actually benefits us in general. But we know now, especially me who watches the committee meetings, this has nothing to do with trying to save money for the ratepayer. I don't know how much
$1 million in U.S. Department of Energy funds help prevent the cost from being passed on to those customers. AES Indiana will hold a virtual public advisory meeting about its future energy plans this spring that will be open to the public. It will hold 3 more meetings later in the year.
Okay, so this is, if anybody watches this shit like I do, this has nothing to do with the ratepayers. And even Ed Soliday, who's part of these committees, who has the bills out, he said, when one of the questions was, how will this benefit the ratepayer? And he said it won't save money for them. He said the problem is all these the power lines, the coal companies. He said, it's outdated. It needs to be replaced. And why don't we do it with SMR technology? Funny enough, though, he has been heavily funded by energy companies. A lot of fucking money, I might add. And basically what these SMRs, the small modular reactors, yeah, well, I do not know, actually. I do not know, but it is specialized. I can tell you that much. And whatever the budget will be for it, whatever they put on there. So if they say it's going to cost $300 million to build this SMR area, anticipated to be 2 to 3 times that, because it's a giant fucking scam. But these things will not be used to help out the ratepayer. What it will be used for, which this is why I'm even bringing this up, Glenn Beck brought this up on Valuetainment, on PBD. Well, let's just listen to it.
We need to build nuclear power plants right now. We need every piece of energy online right now. And we need server farms the size of cities. When you start to see America say, we are building nuclear power plants without really any discussion. We're building them. The amount of energy that ASI is going to take is mind-boggling. You can't run ASI even on the energy that we have right now. You have to have these server farms next to a nuclear power plant, and that power plant is just powering the server farm for ASI. That's going to take about $800 billion. When somebody is serious, which is exactly the number, by the way, that Trump is proposing, when you get serious money of $800 billion for power and server farms, that's when you know we're in the lead.
Okay, so exactly what he said. We need it for this ASI, which I believe is just artificial intelligence. And look at all these data centers right now that are being built in Indiana. These SMRs, the nuclear power plants, like he just said, is they need to be built up for these data center, for the server farms. And that's exactly the only reason why they are being built. It's not for us. It's for people like Google. It's people like Amazon, all these other places that just want to track your track you down, more security state, more, which will be the future of the social credit score as well. That's what people do not understand. All this nuclear energy is not for us. It's for the fucking billionaires. It's for Amazon. It's for Google. It's for Microsoft. It's for all these places. They're not helping us. They're not going to save us money. In fact, it's going to cost us more money because it's not proven at all. NuScale, which is the people that are in the lead right now to even produce their first SMR, guess who worked for NuScale? Susie Jawowski, whatever the fuck her name is. She's part of the Secretary of Energy for Indiana right now. She was a consultant for NuScale for a while. And funny enough, now she's working for the state. John Ford, who is a former senator, I think, who part of that whole carbon sequestration project, which it's turning out to be a giant clusterfuck. He was the president of Reliable Energy. It was owned by Hallador Coal, I think, or Hallador Energy, and some other coal company. God, I can't even remember. So they made Reliable Energy, which is an energy lobbyist firm. And now who's the president? Savannah Kernstein. Who's Savannah Kernstein? That was the deputy campaign manager for Shreve. It's all bullshit. Every bit of it. And now Edmund Soliday, who got a bunch of money from these energy companies, is pushing for SMRs. He's got like 2 or 3 bills for that. He's pushing for this MISO thing, and he's pushing for this quantum corridor, where a station has to be built every 50 miles because the data rate gets basically corrupted if it goes any farther than that. So imagine every 50 miles, there's some kind of huge substation, so the data doesn't get fucked up. And who's this for? It's for the Defense Department in Indiana. And he constantly talks about
we need to build nuclear power.
Shut up, Beck. He talked about it during HB 1006. Let's see if I could find it real quick. There were based Republicans voted against it. I can tell you that much right now. I think it was on the 19th. Yeah. Hold on. And I'll show you right now.
Pockets. We want to
Porter. Was it the 19th or was it the day before? Might have been Wednesday. That's what one? Yeah. There it is. Okay, hold on.
So would much appreciate your vote. How? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, first I'd like to thank my co-authors, Representative Pressel, Representative Jackson, and Representative Hall. It's a fairly simple bill. We are creating a quantum corridor from the military contractors in Fort Wayne, connecting Notre Dame, Purdue, IU, and Crane. Quantum computing is a very, very high-tech method that solves algorithms in orders of magnitude shorter time. When I was the National Academy of Sciences, an algorithm for a wing design for Mach 10 might take a week to run. This would run it in 10 minutes. Illinois is doing a similar thing.
Would you hear? Illinois is doing a similar thing. Do you think I gave a fuck about that fat shithead in Illinois, the governor over there, Pritzker? No, we're about to take them over if we wanted to, motherfucker. We don't care. They're also in a deficit. So why would we take any of their threats of competition seriously? Why? Because Soliday is getting funded by the energy companies. That's why.
Right now we're in competition with them for various contractors. Eventually the two will connect together.
Okay, so that was the most important part, and you can tell by the eyes that it's like, oh shit, I let out the secret. This doesn't have with competition at all. This has to do with these quantum corridor for the Defense Department to have all this. Hey, yeah, eventually we're going to connect all the two. Then why are we in competition with them right now? Because you're saying is like, oh no, Illinois is going to have their own, and then we're going to have our own. Actually, what we want to happen is we want to have a line all the way through Indiana, all the way through Illinois, and we want the taxpayers to fund it. That's what Soliday is. And you can tell by his eyes, like, oopsie, I let the cat out of the bag. My bad.
What we're doing is giving quantum
we want to take them over for other reasons too. I think it has. I don't know. Maybe if someone might want to help me out here, I think it just has to do with money.
Computing corridor folks, the same opportunities we gave to data centers, the counties may grant abatements. We are giving them a sales tax exemption. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions. Would much appreciate your vote.
I also want to know, like, how do we, as Indiana, benefit from the data centers? Because we're the one giving them tax abatements, we're the one giving them tax credits, and so you take over a piece of land, you have all your energy getting sucked into there, making our energy costs go up. How does that benefit us? So we can get some bullshit from Amazon faster? I don't fucking get it, honestly. But anyway, also, Craig Snow, I think he was co-authored the energy generation thing. Now, for those who don't know who Ed Snow is, let me give you a little history on this thing. Back in 2022, Craig Snow ran for state rep. And who is he running against? Our friend, well, maybe not, maybe your friend, Kurt Knisley. Now, who was Kurt Knisley? He was one of the 2 state reps that got booted from the party. And how did they get booted from the party? Kind of a sneaky, shitty way. Craig Snow got like 250 large from HRCC, the House Republican Campaign Committee. So the party gave Craig Snow money so he can run against Kurt Knisley so they can have their establishment state rep in there. Because what Kurt Knisley and John Jacob did was get permanent list or concealed carry passed. Which was like the basically like a, you don't have to have a permit anywhere to carry a gun. And so he was one of 2. The other person was John Jacob, and Julie McGuire was the one that got a bunch of money from HRCC to go against him to basically get him kicked out of the party because they wanted more of the establishment type. Knisley and John Jacob were way more conservative than Snow and McGuire. And this is what will tie into this whole Abu thing, too, is that when Micah and Julie McGuire were running for his lieutenant governor, Abu was talking a bunch of shit about Micah. And he even said, like, I think this was back in, when was that actually? Well, let me look real quick because I saw it today. This was back in October. Okay, so I think he was talking shit. I thought he said something about wait, what? Mike, no way. Hold on, I just found something else. Indy Pride. Oh, should name. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, like what the fuck are we talking about? I believe he was talking shit about Micah when he was he was running for. Okay, so he was talking about, it wasn't during Julie McGuire. Maybe it wasn't. I'll have to go back and check. But you remember back in October, Abu was talking shit about Micah. He said that he got sued and he had his wages garnished. But we already knew about this. Rob Kendall straightened everything out about how it's just a giant clusterfuck when he sold a business and everything. But this is like what Abu does. He even said it the other day that He is part. He even said that he's part of the establishment, and he was proud of it. Let me just pull it up real quick. Brought it up. This was just the other day. Where is it? No one cares. Oh, there it is. All right, so he was talking about John and with Gabe, and then he said, here's my response. Second, more importantly, John has been touting his experience, blah, blah, blah. Billion. Answer. Yeah, and he said, yeah, and yes, I am the establishment, whoever they are, and I wear it like a badge of courage. So he's already talking about how he's shoving up his nose to everybody just because he wants to get invited to the parties, which is, pretty on point for Abu. No surprise there. He's just an insecure little toad that wants to be part of the cool kids club. So go figure on that. Speaking of, though, of the Indy GOP chair race, Mount Marion County chair race, I have been giving so many, what the fuck word am I looking for? Low-hanging fruit to the Indy GOP, and they just have not been taking it, which is honestly kind of crazy to me. And I when I talked about it on Tuesday's show, I mentioned this. Why aren't the Republicans in Indianapolis bringing up all the obvious things? Why aren't they talking about, yeah, and look at this. On the Indy GOP website, guess who's still the governor? Eric Holcomb, and guess who else the lieutenant governor? Suzanne Crouch. Wow, pretty crazy, right? And for federal, oh, Mike Braun's still the senator? Crazy, right? Even on local, let's see if they have the local. They have, well, that's it. And I made this point. Why aren't you using all the best talking points? 5 years of Democrat supermajority. 5 years of 200 plus homicides straight. 5 straight years of it. We can't get our roads plowed. We have an administration, a huge turnover in the administration. The budget still keeps going up. You guys are bitching about property taxes, but we're not getting anything for a dollar. The roads are still fucked up. We're having affirmative action departments. And not only is the party not talking about it, or at least in Indianapolis, but our minority leader, Michael Paul Hart, is not talking about it. These are all easy things. We have a director that's obviously getting a lot of shit from her former coworkers, and then the only people who are talking good about her are her current coworkers. So, what's Natalie Goodwin going to do about it? And I think most of the party's protecting her right now. And however you feel about Goodwin isn't the point. The point is why she's actually there in the first place. It's because she's going to be used as a channel for whoever runs as prosecutor and whoever runs for mayor. So Limestone Strategies and all these other consulting places are going to get paid from all these campaign donations. Probably through some like money laundering scheme, legal money laundering, obviously, because they'll get money. Somebody will give money to the candidate, and then that candidate will give the money to the consulting place for whatever to use them. But who knows how many consulting places they're actually going to use. My whole point of all of this is that what's getting better in Indianapolis? We're having to pay more in taxes, and we are getting less for our money. And for some reason, the party just doesn't want to talk about it, which we kind of know why. Plus, like this whole Thomas Cook thing is another easy, low-hanging fruit. We have this investigative committee, and we find out, like earlier this month, that the administration hired Fager Drinker as their outside counsel. Well, it seems like it's fuck it up. Yeah, then it's kind of a convenience, right? That Fager gave Hogsett like $70,000 over the last 2 years. And if you remember, the people, the I don't know, I guess the law firm that did the investigation on Thomas Cook was Taft, and Taft gave Hogsett $100,000. So this is all low-hanging fruit that the party could be using to attack Hogsett. And I don't know where the fuck they are. It just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And so if John, guess what? If John becomes chair, you will have a whole lot of weaponized autists in there calling out Indems, calling out the Democrats, going on the city council social media, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on Facebook, and just bring in the receipts with them. Hey, guess what? Seems kind of weird that Fager gave Hogsett over 70 grand in the last 2 years, and now they're outside counsel, which, by the way, they never mentioned it until the last meeting. Last I checked, they didn't even bring it up to any of the city councilors that are on the committee before that. Hey, what they should have done is like, hey, we're going to use Fager as outside counsel because it's just too much work for us. And that's when the GOP could have been like, hey, well, we don't want that. Like Josh Bain, I think, is doing the best job that he can. But when you're surrounded by a bunch of corrupt people, a bunch of Todd Young Republicans, a bunch of Holcomb Republicans, you're not going to get a whole lot done. So as far as I can tell, the Marion County GOP just wants to continue to lose. They just want to be able to waste money. Because I guarantee you something, and I'll put money on this right now. If Natalie Goodwin wins, you will lose easily 2 to 3 spots in the city council in 2027. You'll probably lose Michael Paul Hart, and you'll probably lose Derek Cahill, would be my guess, because Democrats are with the Uniparty to keep Paul Lene and Brian Mowry and probably Mike Dilk in office. Josh Bain will stay there for now anyway, only because Decatur Township isn't completely corrupted yet. Which, by the way, when just a side note, I was thinking about this today. One of the things that I hear a lot is like Decatur Township or Franklin Township annexing and becoming their own thing. And I was like, or like how there was a bill not last month where each township would get their own prosecutor. And I was like, dude, that's going to bring in more Ryan Mears. And I thought about it for a little bit. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is about protecting your own territory. It's like, we don't want the trash. And this, what happened? There was something with Freeman too the other day. However you feel about Aaron Freeman doesn't mean shit. But I thought this was super fucking based. Far too long, the Indianapolis has inundated Franklin Township with high-density, low-end housing. Our roads and schools cannot continue to absorb this rapid growth. Please join me in opposing this proposed development. And I completely agreed with this because he said two things, high-density and low-end housing. People, you know, however you feel about apartments, they are mostly Democrats that live in them. Not all of them, obviously, but the majority. And you can look at the voter data. Those are Democrats. And these real estate development companies, they don't give a shit whether it's left or right. They just want to get paid. Yeah, exactly. Thomas in Indiana. They don't care as long as the money keeps coming. They don't give a shit. And and what happens when Democrats take over an area, it just turns into cancer. What happens when Democrats start running the show? It turns into a shithole. 5 years. 5 years. I would love to have some, whether it's Freeman, whether it's Carrasco, whether it's Ireland or Baining, McGuire, any of these Republicans that are in Marion County to start bringing this up. 5 years of a Democrat supermajority in Indianapolis. 5 straight years of 200 plus homicides. And what have we gotten with our high property taxes? We can't even plow residential roads. We have a court system, and we have a bunch of judges that can't do their job. We have a prosecutor that loves to dismiss charges and give massive amounts of plea deals. We have departments. We have massive turnover. We have a former number 2 allegedly trying to sexually assault their co-workers. We have a DPW allegedly took a bunch of shrooms and was sleeping in the department, allegedly, by the way. We have departments that are just wanting to fuck each other constantly because they're filled up with a bunch of degenerate gooners. This is what I want to know. What is the GOP going to do? And my answer would be probably nothing, because they don't really give a shit. They're all about what's the next consulting business that we can give money to. And this is what you will get with Natalie Goodwin. At least with John, we have a chance. Like, can you imagine if Julie McGuire won lieutenant governor right now, and then you would not get Micah Beckwith right now? And look at what Micah Beckwith has been doing. All the shit with Zelensky. We got stuff from Buffett. I mean, it's basically trolling, to be honest with you. But you would never see this shit from Julie McGuire. And we know Julie McGuire is going to vote for Natalie. Her and Shreve Company. You would never see any of this stuff. Wait, actually, does Julie McGuire have a Twitter page? Not that I think about it. Oh, she does. Okay. What do you see from hers? All this milquetoast bullshit. I mean, this is pretty basic. Yeah. Tweeting Shreve. Okay, now go on to Twitter and check out what is posted on Julie McGuire. Then look what is posted on Micah. He posts a lot too, by the way. I don't know if it's him or his team, but man, does he post a lot. So, I'm just saying. Just like the whole Rob Kendall thing, I think it's a coordinated effort. That's my whole point to this thing. Like, what do you want? Do you want to keep doing the same thing in Marion County, or do you want something different? Because obviously the same thing isn't working out. And it's fucking annoying. Okay, so the Dolly Parton thing got really interesting. Crap! I forgot the... Okay, so this whole Dolly Parton thing, if you don't know about it, in the budget bill, it takes away money to go into the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, which puts books in the hands of thousands of kids across the state. But the Country Star is trying to get them to reconsider. So it's really funny because the... where is it? Yeah, here it is. This is how this whole thing got brought up.
Look at this budget. It is not sturdy enough. With the Speaker's permission, already pre-approved. I understand the rules.
It's been granted.
Oh, crap, that's the wrong one.
Down. We restore cuts to the Gifted and Talented program, STEM education, and a Dolly Parton imaginary grants. The grants Dolly Parton, because we talk about how we want our students to be able to read, and so, but we're going to cut the imagination grants of Dolly Parton, but in regards to the books and things that these children get to help them read and comprehend, so they can continue their education. But we cut that. We restore cuts to the Gifted and Talented program.
Okay, so anyway, that's how this whole thing started. Then Indems made a big deal about it, and now Mike Braun's wife is going to do some like philanthropy about it. I don't know. Honestly, I heard that. I also heard that it was like a matching grant, like the state would give X amount, and then Dolly Parton. Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly fiscally conservative. Yeah, so I don't know what to think about that, to be honest with you. But that's how this whole thing got started, in case you guys wanted to know. Got that. Another. And that. Gotta get rid of that. That. And okay, so the ethics disclosure forms. We finally made it. This is what we're here for. So, for those, just a little backstory, Republican counselor Josh Bain had a proposal where these the ethic disclosure forms would become public, so everybody can actually see them. Now, for any of you who have not run for office, this is part of the gig. You have to put on there like a state economic statement of interest, whether it's you're running for city council, which I did because I have like literally nothing, and state rep, which it's a lot more detailed, I could actually, if I show you one? Yeah. Where is it? Publication. Yeah, statements of economic interest. And then let's do the Senate for 2025. Let's look up Hunley. Okay, so doesn't have any addresses on there, so we're good. It might, but I'm not going to show any of them up. All right, so Hunley owns BVP Strategies. This is what happens with a lot of these legislators. They'll just open up their own consulting firm. It's a good way for money laundering. I think. It might not legally be, but this is what I think. And her husband works for Second Street Creative. Side note, her husband did do work for Ryan Mears in 2022. I think it was like a couple $1,000s, whatever it was. And apparently she's still part of the Indianapolis Department of Education as a teacher/admin, and she's not a lobbyist. So if you ever want to go on there, they're publicly available. Some of them you're going to be like, what the fuck? I can tell you that right now because that's what I was saying last night. Also, I found out JD Ford works for the Indianapolis Zoo, which is hilarious, and it has its own jokes in it. It has its own jokes. That's all I'm going to say. All right, but anyway, let's get to the ethics disclosure forms because this is what we're all here for. This is the main ticky, and then we're just going to do kind of chill stream after this. Probably listen to some Broadcastify. All right, let's talk. Let's start off with Leroy Robinson. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. So his employer is actually, there was another thing too. Hold on one second. Posted this the other day. I think Capital Chronicle or Indy Star had it, and I wanted to bring it back up again. We post so fucking it's like impossible to find. It's fine. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Okay. It was Indy Star. So if you remember back late last year, the council members' employees are awarded millions in city contracts. And what was the funniest thing about this was, okay, so contract funds are grants awarded to employer of business, B&G Club, which is the Boys and Girls Club. Maggie Lewis, she is the president or CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Indianapolis. They had a whole bar graph of it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So Michael Paul Hart works for She and apparently got like over $6 million in IT contract. Bob Bosley works for Woolport, which Woolport got a contract for something. I can't remember exactly what it was. The architect engineer hired 2020 as an architect. For inspection services was disclosed. Hemke and Bullport has been a staple in government, having done business with his municipality when he was the mayor of Fort Wayne. Also, Recycle Force, which is Krista Carlino, Dennison. Who is Leroy Robinson? Because I think he runs. Yeah, his companies are Pars S and Winthrop Tech. Provide services to Dennison. All right, there we go. So if you see that, that's what it's from. But funny enough, he did not put that he received any money. So he started that company in 2023. Before that, he worked for CICF, which I thought was pretty interesting because he was like the gift giver or like the official gift giver for CICF. So look. All right, so please complete the amount of funds in excess of $5,000 each employer received from the consolidated city of Indianapolis, Marion County during the prior calendar year, rounded to the nearest $500. Hey, man, I just got counselor annual pay. That's all. But He also said, but it also said, according to his 2024 ethics disclosure form, his company got money. I gotta take that. So it doesn't look like he filled it out properly. And this is gonna be a theme, by the way. You're gonna notice that they think this is a fucking joke. And I'm not talking about just Democrats. I'm talking about Republicans too. So Nick Roberts obviously works part-time at the trustee's office. He has no spouse. He has a boyfriend. Carlos Perkins, Dr. Carlos Perkins. He works at IU. I forgot how much he makes, though. Let's find out. I thought it was a pretty penny. High school principal. Oh yeah, here we go. Scientist / scholar. Our designated scholar is making almost $100,000 at IU. Wonderful. What is he a scholar of? That's what I want to know. The Lilly Family School of Philanthropy. He's the director of engagement. Wonderful. Just fucking wonderful. Anyway, got no money. Spouse works for a Stepping Stone Therapy. Let's see. Vop Osley. That's probably the most interesting one. It's man, does he have some weird shit on here? Got hired in 2020, like he said. Spouse. Children doesn't matter. Okay, so see the attached notes. Name of organization. Did you or your spouse or an independent serve as an officer or board member of any organization that received money or applied for funding from the city or county? Yes, the attached notes. Okay, and then the same thing with the campaign donations. All right, so he was on the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. Downtown Indy, Indiana Black Expo, Madam Walker Theater, Monumental Marathon, Pace, CICF. Oh, that was his wife. Oh, that's even funnier. And then he got money from Pacers, Bose, Market Street Group, the Indy 500, the Colts, Keystone, IU Health, Indianapolis Foundation, and Indy Chamber. He got a lot of money. That's all we know. A lot of fucking money. Yeah, he got money. Yeah, as far as I know, Andy Nielsen quit his job and just works for the city. He's just a counselor now. He got gifts from Greater Indianapolis Chamber of Commerce and Fager Drinker. Here's the funny part. Andy Nielsen not only received money from Thomas Cook, but he also got money from Fager Drinker, which is the outside counsel that's handling this whole investigative committee. Seems very weird. However, I do know that Fager will just give money to everybody, both sides of the aisle. I thought it was just a funny coinkydink. Let's see. I don't know what this is. Aston Carter. Salesforce. All right, Jessica McCormick, not so much. He didn't get. He was. Oh, yeah, she worked for Butler. That's what it was. And she for IU, Purdue University. I thought she got something from Butler. Butler named Butler. I thought she worked. Oh, she works for IU. Oh, okay. She got so IU got $1.3 million from the city and Purdue University. I wonder if she's just like going back and forth with them or just helping out, you know. It's just a giant clusterfuck. You know, there's only a few people that are clean on here. Here's the funniest one. Here's the fucking funniest one. Maggie Lewis didn't even fill it out. She just sent it back. No signature, no date. And I was thinking about this too. I'm like, I wonder if all 25 of them filled them out. There are only 24 names on here. The one who is missing, Frank Mascari. which is very, very interesting. So now we have Maggie Lewis, who didn't even fill it out. Now, she's not the only one. You have Frank Mascari, who's missing on it. What did Kristen Jones do? So she got Power Scott money from Indiana University. Where's the additional sheet? So there's no additional sheet, even though there was supposed to be one. You know, every time. That's all I'm saying. Michael Paul Hart. This one is the fucking craziest. We know that he works for She International. Started in 2020. All right, so please list the amount of funds in excess of $5,000 for each employer received from the city during the prior calendar year. Check with ISA. Like, what are we even doing here? Check with ISA. That's code for go fuck yourself, basically. I ain't telling you shit, but that's okay because Indy Star already checked for us. Oh, are you shitting me? What the freak? You son of a bastard. I can't even go back. All right, hold on. What the crap? It's the they killed it. Ugh, that's crap. They killed the link. Now I have to pay for it? Dumb. Dumb. Whatever. What are you gonna do? Anyway, we know that Michael Paul Hart got his company, She International. Yeah. Yeah, they probably did. They probably had some they probably had their kid fill it out with crayon. Hey, mommy, I'm doing real good. Scribble, scribble, scribble. All right, so Keith Graves. Keith Graves is a investment guy who did a bunch of work for Indigo. And now if that link would work, it would show that, but I'm not getting it. And fun fact, if you put your VPN to Europe, you can look at the article. I just don't know what'll happen if I put my VPN to Europe while I'm on a live stream. Will I get raided by the feds? Who knows? I'm not a Russian op, I swear. My name isn't Ed Delaney. So anyway, so he does investment shit for Indigo, and he at least put it down that it was $140,000. Did your spouse or any of your independent children own an equity interest or interest in the earnings or profits of any business entity? Directly and or indirectly receive compensation of $5,000 in aggregate from any one business. So yeah, it's a USA Financial. And he filled it out earlier this month. Well, all right. Should I just... I kind of don't want to do it, but... Am I going to lose the stream? Hopefully I don't lose the stream. I'm going to make sure I didn't lose the stream first. I think I'm okay. We're going to find out. Okay, cool. All right, so if you look, so you can see that it says EU in the bar. What the crap? This isn't it. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. So, am I still live? I think I'm still live. Okay, I'm still live. Cool. Where is it? I'm like, it's like a 15-second delay. All right, Kalina also disclosed her husband works at Indigo, which is really funny because she's divorced now. And this article, I think, came out in 2024. But she was divorced in 2023, even though she has a wedding ring on. So she's probably engaged to somebody. Probably some felon that she works at. No. That she works at it for Cycle Force. But Keith Graves disclosed his employer was USA First Financial, which managed investments for Indigo. There we go. This one was kind of funny. First year counselor Brianne Delaney disclosed her husband works for Fager Drinker. Very funny, by the way, who has also tried running against Mears for prosecutor. That was going to be their establishment pick. Her husband, Tim Moriarty. Kind of funny that she didn't take his last name. Cuck. And Jared Evans. Don't worry, we're going to get to Jared Evans here in a second. Yeah, Maggie Lewis is the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club. She never disclosed anything. She left it empty. Also, no. Men will still hit on women with rings. I don't hit on any women, honestly. I don't even know how to flirt. It's truth. Where is it? Ron Gibson. Ron Gibson was probably one of the most surprising because we know that he works for Anthem and he puts on their unknown value. Really? You think that the city doesn't give money to Anthem? Go fucking figure. And he got other gifts from the Pacers and CIB, unknown value. Like I said, these people just don't give a shit about it. Jared Evans, by the way, old little dude Jared Evans. By the way, the address is wrong, which I don't blame him. But you can find it in his CFA1. But he allegedly works at an insurance management group now. As far as I knew, he didn't even have a job. Yeah, Brad, wake up. He didn't even have a job, but he still lives with his parents. If it's a 40-year-old who has no full-time job and lives with his parents, there is like a theme to Democrats that just want to live with mom and pop. Michael Dilk. Like I knew that we weren't going to find anything good on Michael Dilk, even though I know some of you were thinking that we were going to find something good on Michael. Brianne Delaney. Didn't put anything. Were you self-employed? No. Works, we said, we knew her husband works for Fager and got donations from Kite Realty Group and Republic Services, but didn't put on there house. Doesn't say anything about money, though. We know my spouse works for Fager Drinker. Yeah, the law firm has long represented and currently represents the city of Indianapolis in a variety of legal matters, but they don't tell how much the city has spent on Fager Drinker. Not surprised. I have no idea if they're rich or not. Yeah, does Jared hang out with Moed? I believe that he door knocked. I don't know if they both door knocked for each other or not. I know that Jared Evans was helping out Chuck Jones, which was the guy that was allegedly embezzling money for the Wayne Township Trustees Department. That's how Jeb Barden got his job, that he was caucused in, because Chuck Jones resigned after that whole thing back in like 22. I think it was like early 22 or 21. Krista Carlino. I'm surprised that she hasn't changed back to her old last name. I don't even know what her last name is. Skank, maybe. Krista Skank. Krista the meat curtain. Shrimp Scampi Carlino. Anyway, she works for Recycle Force like we knew, and the city got money from them. Recycle Force, by the way, their half of their budget is half of their revenue is from federal and state funds, and then the other half is from revenue that they generate through Chuck Jones. Who was the one? Who was the singer? That wasn't Chuck Jones, was it? Tom Jones. I'm thinking of Tom Jones. Political spotlight into Hizzle. Let's go. Well, we all know that Meat Curtain Carlino, that she was working for Recycle Force, and we know from the Indy Star article that they got a bunch of money. By the way, I looked it up. Recycle Force, the only way that they are even alive is because of state, federal, and city donations. The other half of their revenue is from like recycling plastic, which good luck on that. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm sure if you give her a 20, she'll dance. Got a feeling. My gut feeling tells me that wouldn't take too much for her to do a little jiggle. Oh, Derek Cahill, by the way, did not fill it out either. And this doesn't even look like a real signature. This looks like a Natalie Goodwin signature. No date or anything. So now we have 2 city councilors, 1 Republican, 1 Democrat, that did not fill out the ethics disclosure form. What did I say before? They're treating this thing like a joke. They're laughing at the face of Josh Bain right now. Even the people in his own party are laughing at Josh Bain and saying, I don't have to do any of that shit. I know what I'm about. And Maggie Lewis, if you didn't know, like I said before, she's president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Indianapolis 2 or 3 years ago. Ryan Mears had this whole program for juveniles that as long as you got if you got a 1 year, or if you were a good and sweet little boy, you would have your charges dismissed or expunged too. You would get a 1 year Boys and Girls Club membership. Go figure that the president of the Boys and Girls Club of Indianapolis is Maggie Lewis. So it sounds like the city gave the Boys and Girls Club of Indianapolis a bunch of money, so a bunch of juveniles can try and stay out of jail. And go figure, one of them hit Jesse Brown, probably. Speaking of Jesse Brown, our own ketamine cowboy. Yeah, you all, that's never going to happen, Special Power. That's definitely not going to happen. I'll do it, obviously. I mean, look what I'm doing right now. I'm calling out everybody. So for all of you people out there, be like, oh, you protect Republicans. Dude, I've never protected Republicans. I call people out all the time. Even if I like them, I still criticize people, which is fine. I think it's a good conversation. Hey, I don't agree with you on this, and here is why. But like, I'm not going to hold anybody's water. That's not what I'm about. Allie Brown, which thought she worked for some foundation. Oh, she works for the YMCA. Really? Well, she just got hired in March. She's working for some like museum. I thought she was working for the Benjamin Harrison Museum, some shit like that. And then her husband is the owner of Brown Progressive Strategies. What was so fucking funny is that Allie Brown would get campaign donations, and then those donations would go into Brown Progressive Strategies. So fucking funny. And so you can be like, I got this much money, and I can use my campaign donations on myself because I paid Brown Progressive Strategies, who happens to be my husband. That's when I really started noticing. Dan Boots, who works for Denton's anyway. Yeah, this is pretty cool. City of Indianapolis, $5,000 in legal fees. Capital Improvement Board, $680,000 in legal fees. Indianapolis Local Public Improvement Bond Bank, $190,000 in legal fees. Note, I reserve the right to supplement this information if additional relevant information becomes known. I will give credit to Dan Boots. At least he was trying. All right, go. John Barth. He's like a lobbyist for Molina Healthcare, I thought. Multicare. I'm a little bit surprised. Oh, officer board member for the Mental Health Association. He's not only a member, he's also a customer. And Josh Bain. Energy education. Oh, that's what. Oh, really? For energy education. What is that? Oh, it's a nonprofit. Say, Solar Workshop. Don't say. It's concerning. Anyway, I figured Bane was probably clean. I mean, he's the one who brought up the proposal. Oh, he probably would be. Yeah, speaking of healthcare lobbyists, is right. And then Renee Allen. And then, don't worry, we're going to get to Paul N.A. here in a second. Eskenazi. Really? 2023? So she got caucused in because Lakeisha Jackson became a senator because Jean LeBrew died, which is a very fascinating story. I'll tell you after we look at Paul N.A.'s. So he works for the Marion County Agricultural Fair. Oh, so the Marion County Fair. He got a special purpose grant for They got a special purpose grant for $150,000. Interesting. Which we already kind of knew, right, Drew? Kind of knew this, right, Drew? I mean, at least he filled it out. That's good. All right. So for those who don't know what happened with the whole thing with Lakeisha Jackson. So Jean LeBrew was running for re-election last year. She had a primary opponent, which is, what the fuck is her name? Chunia Graves, which is the daughter of Keith Graves, the guy that we just looked up. And so Chunia Graves got basically like questioned because it looked like she did not have the two primary rule, because I believe that she was living in Florida, but then using her address, her dad's address, or some address in Indianapolis as for a primary. So anyway, she got confronted onto the election board. She got questioned about it, and she was claiming, like, no, I actually did vote here. So Keith Graves went to the election board and they only had like maybe a half an hour before everything was going to be done. So they go over there. They don't find anything. They can't find that she did two primaries, basically, and she gets taken off the ballot. Jean LeBrew wins her re-election. Then, like a month or so later, she dies. Then Lakeisha Jackson ends up becoming state senator, caucused in. Renee Allen ends up, because I think Renee Allen ran against Lakeisha Jackson in for city council in 2023. Am I right on that? Yeah, she ran against Lakeisha Jackson in the primary in 2023 and lost. So she basically got runner-up. Yeah, the independent. This is where, like, I understand where the Marion County doesn't want to run people in certain districts, because look at this shit. An independent got more votes than a Republican in District 14. Like, that, the only way for Republicans to win is if they do two primaries in a row and as a Democrat, and then they just run as a Democrat. That's the only way to win in a heavy Democrat area. This is fucking embarrassing. Like, it's totally overboard. Yeah. Unofficially withdrew. It was after the primary, though. Like, there are certain areas where, like, a Republican is just never gonna, like Marion County, there's just no way for a Republican to, except for like Freeman and Mike Young. Half his district is in Hendricks County, though. Cindy Carrasco, half her district is in Johnson County. Aaron Freeman, half his district is in Johnson County. Never going to happen. District 2 is like Gary. Spencer, I think, is Gary. Yeah, like look at this. 73 to 26 point. So it's basically 73 to 27. Like, there's just no way for Republicans to win. But you know, this is where I understand if you're not going to run somebody or if you're not going to invest any money. I understand that. But, you know, maybe help us out on postage. Can you at least do that? Can the party at least help out on postage? That would be nice. What did Brett Clark get? Wasn't his pretty decisive? 60, yeah. Who's this? Verona? Eesh. Ann Engelhardt. Why does that name sound familiar? Ann Engelhardt. That name sounds familiar. Anyway. How'd Freeman do? Wasn't it like 70-30 or something? Or 60-40? Yeah, 60. And even with some of these elections, like Jessica McCormick came in after the primary just to try and take money away from Mike Young, basically. Isn't Rod Bray in Johnson County? Damn, now that's an ass whooping right there. 75.9 to 24.1. Holy shit. That is a straight up booty whooping. Speaking of booties, though, if you, oh, okay, oh, okay, I see. Yeah, if Republicans want to win the black vote, they need to get rid of Whitley Yates and bring in a big booty Latina. I've been saying this for a long time. Fire Whitley Yates, bring in some AOC looking broad. Let the black community goon over her, and you will be getting the black vote for sure. Definitely the Hispanic vote, but black vote's in it for sure. All I kind of have, right? A whole lot going on this. Center for Energy Education. Very interesting. I'm going to have to look into this. I'm going to put this on my tab over here. Right. That's that. And that's it. I was going to listen to Broadcastify, but my tummy is not feeling well. So that's about it. But don't forget. All right, so I'm going to just call it a night. It's already 10:30. I didn't want to stay up too late anyway. I'm trying to get on a better sleep schedule. But also, Indie Reporter will be doing live. We'll be on YouTube and Twitter. We'll be doing comments and stuff. We can chat. So we can chat when during the committee meetings, during the session, and everything. And we can call people out live on the air. So and also don't forget Tuesday 8 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. sharp on Mouthwash on the Whitty Review YouTube channel. I will be back. We're going to be the third week for the Marion County Chair and some of the things that happened during the State House stuff, because now they're on break for a week. So anyway.